Sidestep right, left to my beat. High like the moon, rock with me, baby. Now that I got that heat, let me show you, cause talk is cheap. Sidestep right, left to my beat. Get it, let it roll.
This is a puff pastry pizza. Now this was super easy to make. Today we're gonna be using kawan paratha, tomato sauce, low moisture mozzarella cheese, turkey pepperoni. You know we have to spice it up with some Thai chili pepper. Press it together and a gentle fold over. Egg wash. Bake at 420 degrees for about 20 minutes.
Today we're making Korean beef fried rice. Starting with a ribeye, this marinade is simple but packed with flavor. Outside on the Cuisinart XL360 griddle, sear your beef at the base of the volcano. Day-old rice, soy sauce, vegetables, and kimchi. Beginner's luck on the egg toss, and scramble 3 eggs. Add some gochujang and combine with your beef. Finish with sesame seeds and green onion. This recipe is extremely forgiving, but always hits the spot. That is incredible.
How I make beef birria queso tacos. And that's...
If you want a quick and easy dinner idea, make these spicy chicken tacos. Season your chicken breast with all the spices you see listed on the screen, and make sure that you don't forget these chipotle peppers and adobo sauce because they add a really nice smoky flavor. Marinate your chicken breast for 30 minutes, then saute in a heated pan for 8 to 10 minutes until cooked to your liking. I also made some pico de gallo to go with this, which I already have a recipe for on my page. Then you just assemble your taco, starting with your tortilla, then your cooked chicken, some cheese, I used Havarti, fold it over. Once it's crisp to your liking, remove from the heat, and add some pico de gallo, a little bit of avocado, and some spicy mayo. And that's it. Enjoy!
White people can't cook. Explain this. Bro, let me help you. Diet food doesn't have to be boring. Cut your chicken into cubes. Add garlic, peppers, and lemon juice. Add your spices and mix it up. Cook on a pan, medium heat, cover with a lid. This is one of my go-to chicken recipes that I almost never get tired of. My recipe is way tastier than this without compromising calories.
When you're gonna tell she thinks it's special, but it's all used. That was a place I found her first. I made the jokes you tell her when she's with you. Do you get deja vu? Do you get deja vu?
The best cheeseburger recipe you'll find on the internet. For your special sauce, you're going to go with a half cup of mayo, 2 teaspoons of sweet gherkin relish, 1.5 teaspoons of tomato sauce, a tablespoon of mustard, salt and pepper to taste, and there you go. Then you want to slice your pickle nice and thinly. I like 3 slices of my burgers. Then you're going to go heat your onions. I like 3 onion rings just as well. Toast your bun however you like. Today I'm using a milk bun, and then I'm going to smash my 20% fat beef mince patties on the grill. Give them a flip. You have to use American cheese, and that is not up for debate. Now start assembling your burger, and look at that. And you can't tell me that this isn't.
This is one of the most flavorful sandwiches I've ever had. Pan is set on low heat, going with your onions. Hefty pinch of sugar, pinch of salt, and forget about them. Beef bacon goes into a cold pan, then turn it onto a medium. Remember, beef bacon, beef. This is Australian Wagyu steak. Trim off the side fat, then go in with thin slices. It's literally melting from my body heat. I'm gonna render down that strip of fat. Toss in the steak, crispy yet juicy. Add Worcestershire sauce and a bunch of black pepper. Lower the heat and add garlic, a bunch of parsley, nestle in some sourdough bread, flip and toast. Parmesan cheese both sides. For the sauce, add sour cream, Dijon mustard, Worcestershire sauce, ketchup, and a little bit of Cajun. Lose them in the sauce. Steak. This is horseradish chive Havarti. Beef bacon. Remember those lost onions? Shut it up with the lid. Now we have final product. And as always, now bismillah. Wow, I promise you.
Oh my God. You make this for a date, it's game over.
Pancakes are one of the easiest recipes that anybody can make, but are you doing this one thing to make the best pancakes ever? The trick to fluffy pancakes is all about the eggs. You're gonna separate the egg yolk and that egg white. Add milk and some melted butter. Then with these, we want super whipped up fluffy egg whites. You can do this by hand, but I prefer power tools. Just whip up those egg whites till they're soft and fluffy. I'm gonna mix everything together. Don't overmix, pancake batter should be lumpy. Finally, those fluffy egg whites. Just fold it in. Oh, first flip. Ooh. From scratch, our box mix, just whip up those egg whites for the best pancakes.
If you love garlic, this technique is going to change your life. Fill a saucepan up with peeled garlic and cover it with oil. Place the garlic in a 200-degree Fahrenheit oven for 3 hours. And I know it sounds like a lot of time, but you literally don't have to do anything besides stick it in the oven. It's called garlic confit, and it's going to award you with roasty, toasty, smashable, spreadable garlic cloves that do not leave you with dragon's breath.
Alright, y'all, it's date night, and we're making Cajun shrimp Alfredo. Let's get it.
Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Yes, you're lovely, with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you and the way you look tonight.
Life could be a dream, life could be a dream. Do, 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 shaboom. Life could be a dream. If I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream. Sweetheart, hello, hello again. Shaboom, and open we'll meet again. Boom, ding dong, ding dong, a lang, a lang, a lang. Oh, 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 bip, a bip, a dip. Oh, life could be a dream. If only all my precious plans would come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Every time I look at you, something is on my mind. If you do what I want you to, maybe we'd be so fine.
Oh, life could be a dream.
Let's make a bloomin' onion in an air fryer. I've finally done it. I've joined the air fryer gang. Slice down the sides of your onion. In one bowl, we'll add 2 eggs, and a 1/2 cup buttermilk. In our other bowl, 2 cups cornstarch, some Old Bay seasoning, and a nice pinch of salt. Dredge your onion in the dry mixture, then in your wet mixture, then back in the dry. Shake off that excess. I know it looks messy, but we'll dishwash the fryer basket when done. In goes our bloomin' onion. Add a little oil to get it crispy. Now 12 minutes at 400 Fahrenheit. For our bloomin' onion sauce, half cup of mayonnaise, 1.5 tablespoons horseradish. Yes, this is what horseradish looks like. 2 teaspoons ketchup, a little paprika, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. I like to add a squeeze of lemon too. Then look at that saucy sauce. Okay, look at that crispiness. The fact that I just fried this with 95% less oil is pretty freaking cool. This is good. Almost too good. That's insanely good.
Alrighty guys, you know that one meal, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, it takes you straight home. Well, this one is the one for me. Begin with browning sausages and then pudding to the side. Chop 1 onion, add butter to the pan and go in with your onions. Cook down until they begin to caramelize, add Dijon mustard and plain flour. Then pour in chicken stock, stir until it thickens and keep adding. Then re-add your sausages and leave to simmer. For your mash, peel your potatoes, slice, fill with water and put on to boil. Then drain, add butter, salt and pepper and cream. Mix until smooth and then it's time to serve. Mash onto your plate, followed by your sausages, and top with your onion gravy and a little fresh parsley. Serve with peas and there you have it. Tastes like England.
3 million views later and you guys are demanding this garlic bread recipe. It's honestly so easy. I just really finely dice 6 to 8 garlic cloves and mix that in with about 200 grams of butter and 100 grams of really finely grated Parmesan cheese. I then add a few tablespoons of finely chopped parsley and give it all a really good mix so it's nice and combined. I then just cut a loaf of ciabatta in half and I just spread a nice thick layer of the garlic butter onto the bread. I then baked this for about 10 to 12 minutes in a 200 degrees Celsius oven just until it's nice and golden brown. I then just sprinkle over a little bit of extra Parmesan cheese, chop it up, and I served it with a nice big bowl of pasta. And that's why.
Today I'm cooking with the young Gordon Ramsay. Nick DiGiovanni, what are we cooking today?
Ravioli, bitch.
2 cups of flour.
Cracking 3 eggs.
Mr. Golden Son. And 2 egg yolk. Should I call it?
You should call it.
Keep adding the flour, keep mixing. After you roll it into a ball,
rest it in the fridge.
whole bunch of flour. Roll that bitch out. Ricotta cheese, nutmeg, a little bit of salt. Got some egg wash. Paint the outside.
Press them down.
Pan on the stove, get it hot. It's sauce time. Get some olive oil on there. Some garlic in there. Get it brown, take it out. Cherry tomatoes. Get some salt in there. And some black pepper. Get the water boiling.
Let's get salty, bitch.
Ravioli.
Give me the formioli.
Ravioli into the pan. Dinner with a view. Sir, I didn't say stop.
Sahur just got easier with these freezer breakfast burritos. In a bowl, just add some scrambled eggs, some black beans, spinach, cheese, some salsa, and you just mix. But honestly, you can add whatever you want. Season it up as you like, give it another mix. Then grab your tortilla and add the mixture. I like to just fold it in half quickly just to smooth and mold out that mixture. Then you want to fold inwards like that and then grab the other side and just keep rolling it until there is no more tortilla to wrap, like this. I individually wrap them in some foil to place into the freezer. When you're ready to eat, defrost and microwave or bung it on that stove.
28 dishes to save your tragic relationships. Dish 10, lasagna bolognese. Okay, now we both know that if they wanted to, they would. But if they don't make you lasagna with fresh pasta sheets kneaded and rolled out by hand, layered with a 24-hour bolognese, creamy bechamel, blanched spinach, a spicy tomato sauce, and mozzarella cheese that they bake to perfection, chill, then sear on one side so you got a beautifully caramelized crunch. Then babe, you gotta be reasonable and lower those expectations. Cause not gonna lie, this shit was way too much work. But they should still at least try and make one or the other.
Let's do some cooking.
Alrighty guys, sometimes it's the most simple ingredients that create the best dishes, and this particular recipe is one of my favorites. Slice your mushrooms and garlic, and then finely chop your parsley and grate parmesan. Then get your pasta water on to boil with salt, and once it comes up to temperature, add your pasta. Then get your pan on, add olive oil, go in with your garlic, and then follow that with your mushrooms. Season with salt and pepper, and then pour in white wine and let it simmer. Then add your cream, chopped parsley and parmesan. Give it a stir, and then drain your pasta and add to the sauce. Give it a mix, and then it's time to serve. Onto your plate, top with a little more parmesan, cracked black pepper and fresh parsley. And there you have it, simple but delicious.
This has to be one of my favorite ways to make sweet potato. Start out with your sweet potatoes, cut them into cubes, and add them to a bowl with avocado or olive oil. Toss them and make sure everything's coated. For seasoning, I use salt, pepper, garlic, thyme, and smoked paprika. These go great with sweet potato. I put them in my air fryer at 370 for 30 minutes. Make sure to shake them halfway through. When these are done, they are crispy on the outside but soft on the inside, plus they're perfect for meal prep. You guys have to try this out and let me know what you think.
Let's make cheesy garlic bread. Chop off your garlic's head, place it in a ramekin, then cover it in olive oil, salt, and pepper. Roast at 400 Fahrenheit till golden brown. 40 minutes later, you'll have the best garlic of your life. 3/4 cup warm water, 1 packet active dry yeast, and a little pinch of sugar. Rest for 5 minutes. Now add 1.5 tablespoons olive oil, 1/2 teaspoon vinegar, and a pinch of salt. Slowly add 1.5 to 2 cups of bread flour. Once that dough is as smooth as a baby's bottom, drop it into a greased bowl. Cover with a damp towel and rest in a warm place for an hour. Slide that dough onto a baking sheet and press it out. Cover it again 15 minutes. Make indents in your dough. Pour your garlic oil over it, then squeeze out that garlic confit. I had to do 2 because of how good this is. Add some melty cheese, then bake at 475 Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. Listen to that cheesy goodness. Hit it with a few chives. I gotta say, that looks pretty ridiculous. Enjoy that cheesy insanity. Quite possibly one of the cheesiest things I've ever made. That is just unfair.
If you make this scrambled egg sandwich for someone, they'll remember you for life. Start by cracking your eggs into a container, add sugar, fish sauce, whisk everything together. Drizzle oil in a warm pan on medium-low heat, add the eggs, stir while shaking the pan, be sure to scrape the edges. Don't overcook the eggs or it'll be dry. Next, add your favorite mayonnaise on some toasted brioche bun, followed by the eggs, and top it off with caramelized onions. I was kidding about what I said earlier, but if you made this for me, I would remember you forever.
Welcome back to the series where I show you 7 healthy dinners, so by the time the series is over, you'll have a meal idea for each day of the week. It's winter, but today I'm going to try to forget that by showing you how to make summer rolls. First, press your tofu for 30 minutes. This helps make it crispy and flavorful. This is a tofu press, but you can also just use paper towels and a book. Then cut the tofu, cucumbers, carrots, and avocado into strips. Toss the tofu with sesame oil and toss it in the air fryer. Bring a pot to boil and cook vermicelli rice noodles. When it's done cooking, turn off the heat, drain the noodles, rinse under cold water, return to the pot, and toss with sesame oil and salt. For the most delicious peanut sauce, mix together peanut butter, hoisin sauce, soy sauce, rice vinegar, maple syrup, sesame oil, and water. I swear it's worth it. Next, wet your rice papers and roll your summer rolls. Summer rolls are such a perfect dinner because they can be whatever you want them to be, and it's honestly kind of fun to roll them. Lastly, dip your summer roll in the sauce and enjoy. Check out the full recipe on my Instagram and follow for more healthy dinner recipes.
Let's make a Philly cheesesteak.
ride it, ride it, ride that thing, girl. Ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it, ride that thing, girl. 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 Ain't no brother like a money making brother, cause the trick that it brother ain't it. Cause the trick that it brother ain't it. I see ain't no brother like a money making brother, cause the trick that it brother ain't it. I see ain't no brother like a money making brother, cause the trick that it brother ain't it. Get the gat, get the gat, get the gat. So get the gat, get the gat, get the gat. So get the gat, get the gat, get the gat. So get the gat, get the gat, get the gat.
I finally gave these accordion cut potatoes a try and they were so fun. Here's how to make them. Cut both rounded ends off a peeled potato, then slice it like so. Take one slice and place it in between two skewers and cut straight lines all the way across. The skewers will help you not cut all the way through. Then flip it over and cut diagonal lines all the way across. Once you pull it apart, it should have this cool accordion pattern. Pierce a skewer through, then carefully stretch it out a bit and give it a light twist so it looks like this. This is optional, but I soaked them in cold water for a few hours so they're extra crispy. Now combine some melted butter, lemon pepper, garlic powder, Cajun seasoning, and black pepper. Place your skewers on a foil-lined baking tray and brush the butter on top, then bake until perfectly golden. I garnished with some chopped parsley, and that is all. Enjoy!
Alrighty guys, here's the perfect dish for Valentine's Day. Begin with removing the heads off 2 bulbs of garlic, pouring over olive oil, and seasoning well with salt, pepper, and fresh thyme. Then cover and leave in the oven for 45 minutes. Then thinly sliced mushrooms, lay out 2 chicken breasts, and season well with salt and pepper. Once your garlic's done, remove from the oven, squeeze into a bowl, and stir until a fine paste. Then get a pan on a nice high heat, sear your chicken breast for 5 minutes before flipping and doing the same to the other side. Then remove from the pan, add white wine, butter, and your garlic paste, and stir thoroughly. Then go in with your mushrooms, cook down for a couple of minutes, and add chicken stock, double cream, and then re-add your chicken breast. Cover for 15 minutes, and then it's time to serve. Throw over fresh parsley, and if this doesn't get you laid, I don't know what will.
Let's make homemade garlic naan in a cast iron skillet. Into a bowl, add a half cup warm water, a teaspoon of sugar, and a packet of active dry yeast. Stir and then let this sit for 10 minutes. To the center of our cutting board, we'll add 2 1/4 cups all-purpose flour, then make a nice well right through the middle. Then we'll add a half cup plain yogurt, a tablespoon of oil, and just a pinch of salt. Then we'll add in our yeast mixture. And now combine the dough and knead about 10 minutes until it's soft and smooth. Now lay a damp kitchen towel and rest it in a warm place for an hour. Remove your towel, flour your surface, and divide your dough into 6 to 8 equal pieces. Roll your dough into a circle, add your dough to a cast iron over medium-high heat. The bubbles should form up nice and quickly. These bubbles are stupid thick. Flip it over. I am extremely pleased with how this naan turned out. Now in a stainless steel pan, add a nice hunk of butter, followed by some minced garlic. Brush on your garlic butter, and finish with some freshly chopped parsley. Here we go. That's crazy. Let's make homemade pizza bagels. In a large bowl, add 1 1/2 cups lukewarm water, 1 tablespoon of honey, and a tablespoon of active dry yeast. Whisk and let stand for 5 minutes. Now add 1 1/2 teaspoons salt, and while mixing, add 3 1/2 cups of bread flour. Flour your work surface, place down your dough, and knead for about 10 minutes until smooth and elastic. Place your dough in a greased bowl, then cover with a damp towel, and rest it in a warm place for an hour and a half. Isabel, get out of here, I'm filming. Peel off your towel, then punch down that dough. Divide it into 16 pieces. Roll it on your board until you get a perfect circle, and pinch right through your dough ball. Boop. Cover them again with a damp towel for 30 minutes. Splash of baking soda and into boiling water. Let your bagels cook for a minute on each side. Brush beaten egg, then bake at 400 Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. At the 15-minute mark, rotate that pan and cook about 5 more minutes. Slice your bagels in half, add on your marinara and some good mozzarella. Broil till golden brown. It definitely passes the cheesiness test. These pizza bagels are hella good looking. You guys, this is the one right here.